welcome to today's video. We're going to identify 3 target audiences on our journey of a road trip to creating a marketing plan for a particular goal. We've identified our goal, conducted a marketing audit, researched and reviewed our business, our competitors, and the needs. And today, we're going to talk about who our audience is. With the help of the research that we've conducted already, you should be able to identify a target audience, which is the specific client base that you would like to direct marketing efforts to. So when you create a message, you need to create it to a particular audience that we identify. That could be demographic, based on age, gender, location, how they pay, their ethnicity, or with certain needs. Keep in mind that the audience should be people that you want to attract, but also people that can influence you and provide exposure in another segment in that audience. For example, if you want to treat somebody at a doctor's office with a certain ailment, then you would probably go to foundations and groups or organizations that also serve that same community. If you want to have young audience as your customer, you might consider talking to high schools, colleges, or YMCAs. The key to marketing is in targeting the audience that you can serve better than your competition, and then communicate your solutions to that group. And we use that in the practice of the persona worksheet. Let's look at an example. This example of John Smith is written out clearly to identify his pain points, his interests, his needs, and his lifetime value with the company that we're representing here. At the very bottom, his customer journey talks about how he was referred to this particular company. He was referred on social media. He was previously with a competitor. He has a high sensitivity to price changes, meaning if the price goes up, he probably won't react or take action. If the price goes down, he's extremely ecstatic and will buy more. And he is most likely an active brand ambassador, meaning he's going to tell others about us and refer other people to our company. He's 34. He lives in Salt Lake. He's a product manager at an electronics company with an education from a university. Currently, he's single, but in this instance, it's not relevant. And his salary is over $100,000. So we could use that to our advantage to speak to some people who have that category classification, but not all of the information will be relevant when we start talking to audiences. If you look at the top, we talk about his goals, and he wants to understand his users and what they want, contain related costs to projects and current development, and use a better system that allows quicker reporting. So his challenges that we've identified say that he can't get silos within the company to share data with each other, and he has difficulty sticking to budget restraints. And also the current systems that are in use are clunky and outdated. So now we go to his preferences. He likes timely delivery of information, secure software that can be used from home, and social interaction. He dislikes interacting with customer service, not being able to get clear answers, or having to read manuals. Next down is the touch points. His contact preference is email only. So as we begin to build a marketing strategy talking to more people like John Smith, then most likely we would invest our time and energy into that email campaign. If we got a thumbs down as we did our audit earlier, we might want to evaluate how that was utilized in the past, why it wasn't successful, and how we can make it better, because we know that this John likes to be engaged through email. The reason he contacted the last time was a customer service call because there was an error. So it's important to know these things about our clients so we can continue to keep them happy. On the bottom right, I'd like to draw your attention to the customer lifetime value. This is important to know that if there are more people like John Smith and there are, let's do our research because in the last step, we found out how many people are in the community that are a certain age, certain demographics, certain location, maybe jobs. We conducted that research to say, yeah, there are a lot of people in Salt Lake City, Utah that are like John Smith, and we could potentially get more clients. If you see here, the dollar amount is $70,850. That means that his potential lifetime value with us is over $17,000. And if that is important to changing your bottom line, then we create messages, marketing campaigns, and goals to increase more clients like John Smith. Now let's look at another one. This is Brandy Tyler, and this example is of a lady who has a pain point. You'll see underneath her picture, it is so difficult to buy shoes that fit my feet. And in her profile, she's identified as a narrow foot. And that's important when we discuss a marketing plan for their website and communicating to her that they offer shoes that solve her problem. She's a receptionist, which means that her shoes are going to be important to her for comfort, style, and fit. Her motivation is that she gets emotional about shopping for shoes in retail stores because it's hard for her to find a pair that fit her narrow feet. She turned to online shopping recently to avoid the hassle of in-store shopping and found this company by a search phrase, narrow width shoes. So knowing how people are finding your business is also important, so you can reach out to more people, narrow width shoes, and use that as keywords. Her goals are to find this particular shoe, but would like to purchase several pairs for different occasions, so that way she has more styles and more colors. And she hopes to find that she doesn't have to sacrifice style or options when searching by fit. And her frustrations include not being able to filter online by width, and she gets a lot less results when she does apply that filter, and there are no other recommendations. So it's important that when you are identifying your audience, that you understand how you solve their problems and marketing to communicate that solution, and listening to what she needs by adding potentially a filter button. And if you know that there are a lot more people like Brandy that have the same problem, and you see that's a market, and we've identified our top 3 personas, that is something that you could grow, then it would be worth investing in setting goals around that particular problem. So I would like for you to grab the persona worksheet, fill that in now for the top 3. The first one is the segment that pays you the most. The second one, another worksheet, I want you to write down the one that pays you second. And then a third one, finally, is not the third most segment based on revenue, but one that can be grown into more revenue. So if you don't necessarily sell narrow shoes all the way, most of your product, but it could be, then I encourage you to make that type of notes on your third sheet. So some other segment that you could develop into a profitable market with some intentional marketing plans. All right, go ahead and write that down now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.